I hope everybody is doing okay this evening. I'm here to talk about something that one of my loyal subscribers asked me. And once again, these are two very good questions. So the first one is the two of them they wanted to know the difference between real and fake friends, and also how to speak your mind. Let's start off with how to speak your mind. I realize a lot of people, and I never knew it would be really that difficult to really speak your mind. And I'm just going to get straight to it. You have to know and realize, you have to learn to not care what people think, right? Because if I see a bird flying, right, and it just come to my mind, I'm going to be like, there's a bird that I fly, say that bird that I fly. I don't really care what people think, and I never really had it in my mind to be insecure about my own thoughts and to how I speak and to what I speak about. Even if something doesn't make sense, I never feel bad about myself. I always learn from a mistake, right? So you have to really learn from mistakes. You have to really embrace the fact that you're not perfect. You're going to make mistakes. And sometimes the mistakes that you make is actually for the better than the worse sometimes. And how is that so? Well, just think about it. Think about a time when you were going through something bad or something bad happened, and you were down, and then things got a little better, and then you were like, if I never learned that mistake, maybe I wouldn't have made it or be what I am today or to reach a certain point in my life. So you have to learn to embrace certain things. So speaking your mind is a very important thing. Just as long as you're not disrespectful and you're not being blatantly rude or you're not trying to hurt somebody's feeling, you're not being negative, you just speak in your mind. So let me give you a very funny one. I always get these people always tell me that I speak my mind. I just set things to the way how it is. I don't really see it as me really do. I just speak, right? So let me give you an example. So let's just say you're in public and we're walking, and you see somebody's shoes, but in the back of your mind, maybe you think, okay, the shoes look good, or the shoes, it's a ugly shoes. To me, I would have just be like, say that shoes are ugly, but it just come off at the top of my mind. You just have to learn to not care what people think, and you shouldn't be insecure about what you think about. You have to be confident in yourself, and as I said, confidence comes from not being insecure about what you have around you, who you have around you, and within yourself. So remember the steps that I tell you to being a confident person. Taking care of yourself, taking care of your finances, your health, how you carry yourself, and etc. etc. But speaking your mind is a very good thing. But I'm not telling you to go out there and everything you say you just speak your mind to it. You understand? You just have to be confident in yourself and know that you are a person with your own thoughts. Nobody can tell you what not to say, what not to think, as long as you're not being rude or disrespectful. Alright, so that should never really be an issue. Just be confident, don't care what people think. And if somebody is going to judge you because you're a person that is straightforward, it's normally because that person was never really brought up or was really surrounded by people who tend to say things right as how it is, right? Because you have people, well, most people, especially if you're in an institution or maybe at your workplace or at school, you can't, you have friends or you're meeting a set of people for the first time. It takes a little time to get to know people and to make friends or to get around with your co-workers. But then after a while, you realize, people start talking and stuff, and you start to make friends. And then you realize that you're making the friends, and then sometimes you want an opinion on something, like you want to know, maybe does my hair look good today? Do you like my shirt? And then they're like, yeah, your shirt look, before them just tell you straight up, no, I don't like the shirt, or I like the shirt. People can be like that, but you just have to realize some people are not confident in how they think, in what they do, and you shouldn't let But you shouldn't care what people have to say about it. Right? As long as you're not disrespectful or you're not breaking the law, you're not doing anything illegal, or you're not trying to, you're not trying to cause any trouble on yourself. But your mind, how you speak, your mind, and what you say shouldn't be a bother to a person. As long as you're not doing any of those things, don't be offended or feel as if people is going to judge you because you're an open thinker. You say what comes to your mind, and the first thing that comes to your mind, you say it. As long as it's positive, it's not a bad thing. It's a very good thing. You just have to know between the right and the wrong. Alright? So yeah. It's a funny thing though. You kinda realize that people will like you for it. I never know that people would have liked somebody that's very straightforward. I always used to think that being a straightforward person, people that kinda dislike you, but people actually like you more when you're very, very honest. As I said, when you're not being rude, when you're honest in the right way, not disrespectful. But people like that. I made a lot of friends that way. Well, you're just straightforward. People kind of love that, to tell you the truth. And the next topic, friends. How to differentiate between real and fake friends. This is a very, very interesting topic. Now, for some of you, or for most of you, I don't keep male friends, and for various reasons that I won't mention, I don't keep male friends, right? It's just me. I enjoy my own company. But for you guys out there that have friends or you want to know if they're real or they're fake or if they really have your back, going to a very, very hard time in your life. Try going to a very depressing time in your life, or a very rough struggle, and see if them hang around you. See who sticks with you when you're in your hardest time or in your struggle. Yeah, that's how you know. And also sometimes you can test them. Ask them questions about certain things and look at how they respond to you. Just listen to them. See what they mostly talk about. You can always know if somebody is using you, or is somebody trying to manipulate you, or is somebody just trying to get something out of you. It's very easy. Just look at what they talk about, and listen to what them have to say to you keenly. Because for me, the realest friend I've ever had, I think that was back in high school. You know, in my opinion, I just think somebody who is a genuine friend, they're there with you throughout the good and the bad. And it's the simplest things that actually matters when you have a real friend. Not the most expensive things, or if you're going to the beach, or I think it's just the little things that matter. Sitting there talking with them understanding the good and the bad, having fun when the best times are around, and the rough times come about. So you have to know. Like, you can be sitting with a friend, and it's just a conversation. The moment that you enjoy with the person, you don't see the person always ask you for things, or them always just bring up topics, or mix up themselves with other people, or bring negative feedback from others. It's just you and them, and what conversate about it. You're just having fun in that moment. So I think that's a good friend. Somebody that has your back. If a situation come up, they're always there. But you have to also understand. This is a very interesting. You have to also understand people will always be people, and not everybody will say who they are, will be who they say they are, and you just have to live and accept that reality in life sometimes. It's just nature. We're humans, and people are, if you're doing good, people are going to want to come around, and you're going to think that everybody wants to be your friend, when in reality people just want to use it for what you have. So I think you know who your real friend is when you're going through the darkest times in your life. You understand? And in the simplest moments I live in, if you have the most fun with that person, conversation wise, anything, just the energy you get from them, I think that's a good person. Not somebody who always thought down on the next person, or especially on the next one, for somebody who always try to draw you into things that could put you in trouble. A good friend out of that. A good friend actually try to better themselves and try to uplift you with them. A good friend don't try to put you in danger or try to manipulate a situation to put you into a problem. Good friends do good for their friends. Alright? So, yeah, that's it. Also, guys, the t-shirt store is out. So if any of you want any of these shirts, strategy first, you can just click the link below and you can see the various shirts that we will be having shirts for females and for children and stuff coming soon, but click the link below, you will see everything down below. Alright, have a good day.